Hello everyone, welcome to Harold's Korean Lab. This is the first video of a three-part series introducing a new Korean language romanization system to those who are studying Korean words and conversation through romanizations. I developed this new system because I sense that a lot of you are frustrated with the current official romanization system. For instance, if you're learning K-pop lyrics by following the romanization of the lyrics posted on YouTube or other medium, no doubt you're very confused about why the romanized words just don't seem to match the actual pronunciation in the song. And you're puzzled by the incredibly long string of letters that run on for several syllables at a time and presents no clue as to where the syllables are supposed to break. How could you possibly read this ridiculous tangle of letters in this Korean greeting? 안녕하셨습니까? Well, that's not your fault. The fault lies with the confusing romanization systems in use today. The most widely used of these systems is the so-called Revised Romanization of Korean, which was adopted by the Korean government in the year 2000 as its official romanization system. Just like any other systems in use before and after this official system was adopted, it contains many flaws that create unnecessary confusion for foreigners learning Korean. And these systems all seem to conspire to make life difficult for you when you're trying to learn the language. Well, is there an easier way? Is there any romanization system for Korean that is based on your normal pronunciation patterns you're already used to, without having to memorize a complicated system, or resorting to the pronunciation guides and dictionaries that nobody memorizes? Yes, there is. I think you'll find that the new romanization system I'm launching here today is the easiest and the least confusing system out there. My system is more natural, more intuitive, and geared to your normal expectations of how the English letters should be pronounced. But before I begin, let me give you a couple examples of what I'm talking about. The capital city of Korea is spelled S-E-O-U-L under the official romanization system. An average foreigner, unfamiliar with this system, might pronounce S-E-O-U-L as Seoul or Seoul. Why? Because that's what the word looks like to an ordinary English speaker seeing it for the first time. The actual pronunciation of this word in Korean is Seoul, with a soft S, and with two distinct syllables, 서 and 울. For whatever reason, the official romanization system came up with a vowel combination of EO to represent the vowel sound of in the first syllable of Seoul. How can you get out of EO? When a foreigner sees that vowel combination, he or she would pronounce it as Io as in peony, Ia as in geography, Eo as in Beowulf, or O as in George. There's a perfect romanization for this vowel, and that is UH, Upon seeing UH, most people would pronounce it as and not U or U, right? So as you can see, UH is a much better romanization of the vowel in the first syllable of Seoul. Now, the second syllable of Seoul has the vowel U. The official system decided to use the letter U to represent that sound. Well, as you can guess, this also has a problem, because foreigners unfamiliar with this official romanization system might pronounce the letter U as U, or U, right? In my new romanization system, I decided to use the letters O to represent the Korean vowel U. Thus, the second syllable of Seoul can now be written as OOR, ur, which is closer to the Korean pronunciation of ur than is ol. So, which is the better representation of the word Seoul? Seoul, Seoul, or Seoul? Please note that, unlike other romanization systems out there, I have used R in place of L to represent the consonant riul when it appears at the end of a syllable or a word, as in Seoul. This is contrary to the official system. I did this because R actually has a much closer sound to consonant R than L does. The only time the consonant R has an L sound is when it appears at the beginning of a syllable, where its sound will be changed from an R to an L due to certain final consonants of the previous syllable. I will explain all of this in a future video dedicated entirely to the topic of romanizing this very difficult consonant. To give you another example of the confusing romanization systems in use today, let me talk about one of the most popular Korean surnames, which is Che. There are more than 2 million people by that name. Unfortunately, under an older romanization system that was in use before the official system was adopted, this name was romanized as Choi. Now, how would you pronounce this name? Choi, right? Nobody would pronounce it with the actual Korean sound, which is Che. Under the current official romanization system, it would be romanized to Choe. But that's just as bad. Most people would read that as Choe, Cho, Choi, but never Che. I have decided to romanize this name to Chweh, Che, which is very close to the actual pronunciation of Che. In the meantime, there are more than 2 million people out there who are stuck with this screwed up romanization that prevents foreigners from correctly pronouncing their names. Just like the examples given above, most of the vowels romanized by the official system unnecessarily confuse foreigners learning Korean. The official system names 21 Korean vowels, of which 10 are root vowels and 11 are combination vowels. In this first video, let me discuss how I'd like to correct the official system's romanization of the root vowels. Then, in the following video, I'd like to deal with the combination vowels. And finally, in the third video, I will deal with the consonants. So let's begin. Here are the 10 root vowels with their official romanization and with their new romanization under my system for comparison. A, ya, ya, o, yo, u, you, I. The good thing about memorizing these vowels is that you already know how they sound, because the names of these vowels are the same as the sounds for these vowels. And each vowel has only one sound. Very simple, right? Okay, now let me go through the official romanization of these root vowels and explain why I changed them. The vowel A is officially romanized as A, but this can confuse foreigners because A can have 4 different sounds in English, as in apple, want, date, and park. We want only the A sound here. So why not use AH, ah, instead of just A? Simple and natural, right? The vowel ya is officially romanized as YA. I would romanize this vowel to YAH, ya, to make sure that it will not be pronounced like the other YA sounds in English, as in loyal and yam. The vowel is officially romanized as EO. As already discussed, EO can never be a. The best romanization for this vowel is UH, a. Yo is officially romanized as YEO. But YEO is ordinarily pronounced as yo, as in yeoman. YUH, yo, would be much better. O is officially romanized as O in English. But the English letter O, unlike the Korean O, has 4 different sounds, as in to, hot, bone, and dozen. Thus, it would be much less confusing to romanize this vowel to OH, O. Yo is officially romanized as YO. This is the only official romanization of the root vowels that I would agree with. U is officially romanized as U. But U has 3 different sounds, as in up, super, and use. Thus, the sound is better represented by OO, as already discussed above with the word Seoul. U is officially romanized as YU. But YU can be pronounced as ya or U, so it would be much better to romanize it as YOO, U. U is officially romanized as EU. Unfortunately, there is no English equivalent for this vowel. The sound does exist in English, however. It is the verb sound that you hear in D of the word drop. Drop. It's not drop, it's drop, right? D has the vowel sound. This is the only letter that I would use a diacritical mark for, but the diacritical mark must be available on the keyboard of computers and cell phones. So I have chosen to go with U:, to represent the sound of this vowel. The colon is attached to the U to remind people that this is not the ordinary U sound, but the sound. One thing is clear. This sound can never be represented by EU that the official system has adopted. Most English speakers would pronounce EU as U as in Europe, or U as in neutral, or even EU, EU, or AU. Vowel E is officially romanized as I. It's not perfect, but there is no alternative. Although to foreigners the letter I can have 4 sounds as in big, bite, first, and latrine, please remember that in Korean it can only have the short I sound, as in big. You will note that unlike my system, the official romanization does not use hyphens. That in itself causes a lot of the confusion. Take, for instance, a word that the official romanization would render as YAIN. Read it. Most English speakers would read this as a single syllable. Yain, as in rain, right? But the Korean word for this is ya-in, which has 2 syllables, so that I would romanize it as ya-in, which is the correct 2-syllable sound. Although using hyphens to separate syllables will lengthen each word, you can see why they are necessary to avoid confusion. Here's an extreme example of why hyphens are absolutely necessary for romanization of Korean. Here is the official romanization of the name of a famous road in Korea. Mercifully, they at least separated the last syllable with a hyphen. Now, you might read it something like this: Jung, Mung, Wang, Wang, Ro, with incorrect syllable breaks. Why? Because your eyes are used to words like Jung and Wang. Now try my new romanization that not only gives you more accurate pronunciation, but also the proper syllable breaks. Chung, Mun, Guan, Guang, No, which is much closer to Chung Mun Guang Guang No. Chung Mun Guang Guang No. As you can see, without hyphens, the romanized Korean is an alphabet soup for foreigners. That is why I insist that hyphens are absolutely necessary. You might think, well, why not just use spaces to separate the syllables? You can. But the words are also separated by spaces, so this would create unnecessary confusion. Hey, that is all for the 10 root vowels now. Again, please remember about the unique sound of the vowel U, and the fact that the letter I will always have the short sound, as in big. As shown above, under my new romanization system, if you can just remember these 2 special pronunciation cases, the rest of the pronunciations for the root vowels should come naturally to you, without having to memorize a complicated system for them. Along with the launch of my new romanization system, I will begin posting introductory Korean conversation videos that are based on this simpler and more accurate method. In my next video, I will go through the romanizations of the 11 combination vowels to illustrate how similarly messed up the official Korean romanization system is and how that can be fixed. If you like this video and want to see more, please subscribe below and press the like button. Thank you, and see you soon.